a social media expert, professor of journalism at NYU, and author of Viral Loop, From Facebook to Twitter, How Today's Smartest Businesses Grow Themselves. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So, to start, what is the viral loop?
Viral loop is what happens when you grow so fast without even doing anything and you continue to grow. It's kind of like a positive feedback loop when you just one user leads to 2 users, leads to 4 users, 16 users, and pretty soon you have 1 million.
Is this something that you can consciously plan on trying to achieve, this loop?
Yes, I mean, some companies have definitely done that. Others figured it out pretty quickly when their growth rates were off the charts. And what it comes down to is human behavior is largely predictable in large enough numbers. So if you take a company like Skype or Twitter, Facebook, all these companies early on or on purpose started to spread person to person to person until they had like 40 million users in the span of, let's say, 18 months.
So how does a company take advantage of social media? I mean, there's a lot of companies that still are late to the game, so how do they get involved?
Well, social media and the viral loop are very different things. Social media is, it's what we think of as Twitter, we think of as Facebook. How do these companies grow, and how can you grow a company like that? So it really comes down to that your users become your marketers, and you don't ask them to spread it. They want to spread it, and it's built into the product is this ability to spread. So let's take the example of Skype. I mean, Skype offered free phone calls anywhere in the world, a very powerful value proposition at a time when the telcos were charging an arm and a leg for long distance calls. And so each user had an incentive to invite someone else who wasn't on Skype to get on Skype. Very powerful. So if I want to talk to my friend in Germany or talk to my friend in India, I'd say, hey, dude, you got to get Skype. Download the software, get a headset. Those are pretty high hurdles to do. But people would do it, and they grew at an incredible rate because they got free phone calls.
How does a company, everyone's trying to do this now, so how does a company stand out amongst all the other companies trying to go viral?
Well, I think it's very rare you get a company like a Skype or a Facebook or a Twitter. Those are phenomena, and they become viral networks on which other companies grow. So it's always possible that you can take an existing viral platform like Facebook and you get a Zynga today and growing fast, and they are a viral network on top of a viral network. YouTube sprung from MySpace. MySpace was growing at a torrential pace, and YouTube became the video embed for all these different profiles. That spread virally, and now, of course, YouTube dwarfs MySpace. eBay, PayPal sprouted on top of eBay, and now PayPal will be the largest revenue generator for eBay by next year.
How does social media and the viral loop change customer service for a company?
Well, I think it changes things. Social media changes it definitely, because these companies are scared to death that someone who has a number of Twitter followers is going to complain about the company, and it happens a lot. And what this does is it puts more pressure on companies to provide better customer service and to create better products, because it used to be, if I didn't like a product, what was I going to do? Oh, I might write a letter if I could find a stamp. Send it in, no one's going to respond, maybe they do. It's never very satisfying. Where I can get on Twitter or Facebook and complain about it and potentially reach tens of thousands of people, if not more. And this is having an effect on these companies, because they realize that if they don't engage their customers, if they don't create good quality products to provide good aftercare service, they're going to get hammered, and it's really bad for business.
It seems, the people that you talk to, the people you communicate with on Facebook, they often have shared interests, and there's lots of different types of people out there. So do companies, can they just throw out one campaign hoping to go viral, or how do they sort of tap into a certain group's interests and pass, so they can pass that around?
Well, I think they have to be in that world of that interest. If you're making, adjustable wrenches, it's going to be hard to appeal to people who are into M&M, or maybe not, I don't know. But, I think there has to be some sort of shared interest and shared connection that would make that work. But I think that said, there are lots of ways to trying to engage your users or your buyers or your customers. That's kind of the thing, is it's now a conversation when it used to be a one-way happened to, I think, Chevy Tahoe SUVs. You know, they wanted to have user-generated commercials. It sounded so interesting and so good, but they have a product that has a huge Achilles heel and an environmental scourge. And so this led to a lot of bad press for them. So you have to pick and choose and be smart about it.
Are you just taking a risk sometimes, or can you figure out what's going to get the good feedback and what's going to get the negative?
Well, I think with the Tahoe, I think it was pretty clear what was going to happen. You could have warned them in advance what was going to happen. It's just so easy to do, and so it's such a delicious little subversive little move. You know, other products, you know,